Timberwolves have not won a road game in Toronto since this man's MVP season. That's 2004, folks. And it sure did not change here in 2023. As the Timberwolves would lose by 15 against the Raptors. It was Anthony Edwards' first missed game of the season, and it's supposed to be not super serious and something he can recover from fairly quickly. Even got like the questionable tag coming into this one. And as expected, he was extremely missed. The people that were really poor in his absence through most of last game were Taurean Prince and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, two role players I actually really enjoy and think are great. However, they struggled last game, and they followed it up with much of the same. They would shoot 3 of 15 from the floor as a combo, miss all 7 of their threes. Taurean Prince with 3 turnovers, had pretty bad defense all night long, and the perimeter defense as a team was pretty poor. I thought Taurean was kind of the weak point, and then anyone who was trying to guard Fred VanVleet, also not disciplined guarding him, jumped on a lot of pump fakes and gave him some free throws that he really just shouldn't have got. And NAW and Taurean weren't the only people missing threes. It was essentially everyone not named Jaden McDaniels tonight. We would go 5 of 22 from 3. Jaden McDaniels 4 of 6 from 3. Nas was the only other one who even made one. Mike Conley would be 0 for 4 from 3, and he would only get 8 shot attempts and 3 assists on a night where we don't have Anthony Edwards. We don't have Karl Anthony Towns. What is our offense if we're not running Gobert and Conley 2-man game? They both get 8 shot attempts, and I just don't understand the focus of this offense. It should be way more heavy on that when we have Ant or Cat. And when we don't, it's still just an afterthought. That being said, the ball movement through the game was actually fairly solid. We just were not making jump shots at all. And if the players that were getting an enhanced role in Ant's absence just played like somewhat okay, we probably are right in that game. Because the bench as an all-tire actually stepped up a lot. Naz Reid with 22 points, leading the Wolves in scoring this one. And he was really good. Jordan McLaughlin also with another great game. He was just inserting so much pace into that game and was really kind of on top of it all night. Back-to-back great games out of him. And he seems to be finally getting back into form of the J-Mac we know and love. Last bench guy that got a lot of minutes is someone that I've been high on this year, which is Josh Minott. And he is very raw. He's a rookie, 20 years old only. His athleticism is so obvious, and you see it in this game. However, I felt like he was maybe a little overwhelmed by this one and had 3 turnovers in just 16 minutes. Also was getting burned a lot on defense, having to try to guard Siakam. So not a great showing out of Minott, but it is a tough situation. With the Timberwolves being more undermanned and underpowered than they've been all season long, on the second leg of a back-to-back, in Toronto where they haven't won for 19 years and their stars are gassed from a double overtime game. I mean, they put up a decent effort. They actually took the lead in the third quarter after being down 8 at halftime, but would still have a -1 quarter, fumbling at the end of the third, and then just didn't have enough energy to get back into that one in the fourth and never really executed super well. Jump shots not going in, blew a lot of layups, execution not flawless. It had to be tonight to get the W. Didn't happen. Maybe one day. Also doesn't help that every Minnesota Hooper to make it to the NBA has to just terrorize the Timberwolves. Latest one being Gary Trent Jr., who was phenomenal in the second half and really just took out our chances of coming back in that one, hitting nasty jumpers. We need some of these Minnesota Hoopers to help us out for once. Never happens. Next game's on Monday against the red-hot Knickerbockers.